breaking the guitar is just an added bonus. Sometimes I break the guitar because I'm frustrated. Sometimes I break it because I'm happy. Sometimes I break it because I feel that the audience needs that little extra. The mind is so complex, who knows why I break a guitar.
In 1984, legendary hard rock band Deep Purple finally reunited, bringing back the iconic Mark II lineup of Ian Gillan, Ritchie Blackmore, Roger Glover, John Lord, and Ian Paice. Their comeback album Perfect Strangers showcased their renewed energy and musical prowess, delighting fans with powerful new tracks and a triumphant world tour. This reunion reignited Deep Purple's flame, celebrating their storied past while propelling them into an exciting new chapter of rock and roll history. Here follows a candid interview with guitarist Ritchie Blackmore.
You're listening to the Deep Purple special here on the Friday Rock Show from BBC Radio 1. The lead guitarist is Ritchie Blackmore.
In talking to all the other people who are in the band, it seems extremely apparent that the central person in the band is you. They all say, with respect, a lot of respect, that you are, and indeed probably were, the driving force in Deep Purple from day one. Is it going to be hard for you to become part of a unit and to, if you like, subjugate your own natural instinct to be a total leader?
No, because I've had a long time in doing that. I've had, whatever it is, it's 8 years or 7 years with Rainbow. Being a leader is all very well, but you have certain responsibilities, which I became very tired with. So this is very refreshing, the fact that I can just play and be a lead guitarist instead of having all the responsibilities of people coming to me and saying, I want more money, and how come you're getting more press than I am. All these little quibblings that will go on within a band. If you have your own band, it's not as nice as it might sound. So to me, it's very refreshing to be able to be a fifth person in the band. I still have my way in certain areas, in certain directions. I suppose music being the most important. But when you have your own band, you have total domination in any sphere, whatever comes around. But I prefer it to be just slight leadership in the musical area. That suits me fine.
During the time that you were a leader of a band, what would you say were the greatest pressures that were put upon you? Were they financial, or were they surrounding yourself with people that would enable you as an individual to shine, or were you always searching for somebody who would be the perfect band member?
I was always... The last one is probably closer to the mark. I think financially everybody has their problems, but I was always looking for somebody. I was looking for those people that I knew were out there, that were great musicians, which never had exposure. And I was always looking for the perfect member of the band, which I never really found, because there isn't a perfect member, and I'm not the one to judge anyway, from that point of view. Although I did judge, but I had to judge because if I didn't make the decision, nobody else would.
Which is the Rainbow track, in your mind, from a fan's point of view, that you'd like to play?
Oh, I suppose I would have to say Stargazer.
Get ready to dance, everybody, yeah?
Rock Commander is a celebration of rock and metal culture. Manage your own rock bands, connect with a passionate community, and experience exclusive collaborations with real bands like American Chaos and Adam and the Metal Hawks.
which I think is still apparent on the current album.
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that you have found easy to reintroduce?
I've noticed that at rehearsals there's a chemistry there. There's a rapport between John and I in music because we both admire the classical scales, classical foundation of music. That I might play something, it'll immediately spark off something in his brain is that he knows where I've pinched that from. I've taken that certain little extract from. So he'll play it as well because he'll have fun and think, yes, I know where you've got that from. And vice versa. 10 years ago, I found it very difficult to emulate John. So that's why I always led the improvisation. I would go off and play improvisation. He would copy me. Now I find that the more I play, I have acquired this musical way of knowing what he's going to play. So it's a nice balance. He can take the lead and I can copy him and vice versa. But as I said, in the early days, it was more I would always take the lead because I wouldn't know how to copy him. But John is such an accomplished musician. I mean, you could go to the toilet and he could probably emulate that sound on his side, on the keyboard somehow. He does it most nights. No, I'm not joking. It is very nice and it's very convenient some nights, especially when we don't know quite what we're playing, just to one to play something and the other one to copy, and it always sounds very worked out and very organized, but in actual fact it's not. John is such an all-rounder too. He has so much knowledge. Wherever I go, whatever particular area I go into, he knows where I'm going. So it's a nice chemistry in general.
How many guitars have you demolished on stage?
You think 1, 2, 3. Give me a couple of hours on that. I've never really thought about it. Breaking the guitar is just an added bonus. Sometimes I break the guitar because I'm frustrated. Sometimes I break it because I'm happy. Sometimes I break it because I feel that the audience needs that little extra. The mind is so complex. Who knows why I break a guitar?
Probably because you're a showman.
Maybe.
But you do believe in a show. I mean, it's evident. I mean, the times that I've seen you, the times that everybody's seen you.
That is the ultimate, is to give the people their money's worth. It sounds very corny, but I get most upset some nights when I feel that the sound or the lights are not up to par. And that's why I go into my proverbial moody of people saying, he's in a bad mood tonight, he's walked off. I walk off in disgust because we can't come across to the public at 100% of what we should do. Sometimes I can see the faces in the front row and you can tell that the people are not hearing the right monitor mix or they're not hearing the right PA mix. That really does bother me. I just can't go on stage and play and go, okay, well, we're making money and this is just another night. Every night is special, but it's so difficult. You have so many, it's like winning the pools. There are so many things that can go wrong, and usually they do.
What sort of a show will people see when they see Deep Purple? What sort of visualization will they get involved in? Will it be an enormous type show, say like Kiss, or will it be a sparse visualization?
I would like to think it's a bit of both. Of course, the music is the most important thing, and we're rehearsing now. We'll rehearse for 3 weeks to get the music right. Then we'll rehearse for a week or two to get the lights right and the production. We could quite easily go over the top with the production, but I don't think that's what the kids want. They want a little bit of that, but in the end, it's down to the artist.
A lot of people have said that the probability is that Deep Purple will reintroduce taste into rock music.
I think that was probably said by the rest of the band. who knows? What is taste? It's an opinion.
Of all the guitar solos that have been recorded by you, which would you say is the one that you are happiest with?
I really can't think offhand. I'm quite pleased with the solo work I did on this new song called Under the Gun. That wasn't bad. There's some good stuff in there somewhere. If Roger's brought me up.
Now, the next question I put to Ritchie Blackmore was this. Which other guitarists do you admire?
I don't admire many guitar players. I like Jeff Beck, and I like strange people. Not strange, but that have nothing to do with the guitar side of things, like Kate Bush, ABBA, strange, off-the-wall bands that are very popular in their own way. I like melody. Melody is the most important thing. It's not running up and down the fingerboard to see how fast you can go from top to bottom. It's not how fast you go from A to B. It's what you see on the way. When I was 14, 15, I would play as fast as I could. But by the age of, say, 20, 21, I tried to slow down because I suddenly realized that people like Eric Clapton and Jimi Hendrix were saying more in a couple of notes than I was playing in 20 notes. But I was more into jazz then as well. So speed it's nice to have it, but you just can't tear around all the time. You have to say something.
Of the tracks that are available, recorded now by Deep Purple, which one do you most enjoy?
Wasted Sunsets is not a bad song. It was more in the Mountain vein. We deliberately played it with very distorted guitars, with that old sound. Purple was always very influenced by Mountain, and that is in that particular tune.
And the album Perfect Strangers by Deep Purple is now available. That was called Wasted Sunsets. Many thanks to Ritchie Blackmore, Ian Gillan, Roger Glover, John Lord and Ian Paice for their time. Thanks to the landlord of the Ship in Bedford and also the bar staff at the Moat Hotel for their hospitality. And as somebody said when they first heard the album, oh well, I think all the other bands better go back to school. On behalf of all the people on the music side of Radio 1, this is Tommy Vance. I wish you well. Have yourself a very, very good weekend and a safe weekend as well. God bless. Good night.